Ethic.
You know, most doctors live by a code of ethics.
Hibernate.
Hibernate? That's when animals sleep through the winter, right?
Kleptomaniac.
She's a kleptomaniac.
Emendation.
Thus he beheld her recede, and in the anguish of his heart quoted a line from a poet with peculiar emendations of his own.
Trademark.
Rose registered this trademark 2 weeks ago.
Reductive.
But that was before I really understood the reductive power of the close-up.
Harden.
Soon after the material hardens, it becomes soft again.
Arroyo.
In 2021, there could be additional measures, Arroyo said.
Polarize.
Analysts say the economic crisis has polarized Greek politics.
Garish.
Well, your hat was garish.
Thunderous.
Residents in Fiji say the eruption made a thunderous noise.
Daringly.
This house would have looked daringly modern when it was built.
Appetite.
And hungry bears have huge appetites.
Quiescent.
Slowing it still further is needless so long as inflation remains quiescent.
Flutter.
But a piggy doesn't flutter like a butterfly.
Maxim.
So you may have heard that old maxim, people would tell you that you can sleep when you're dead.
Disquiet.
There's a lot of division in Ireland about this, a lot of disquiet and discomfort.
Petrifaction.
Colony.
From its African colonies, Britain got cocoa, coffee, and diamonds.
Reliant. It's entirely reliant on its parents for food and water.
Attire.
It's not appropriate business attire. Positively.
I did not do this. Absolutely, positively.
Founding.
February 24th marked the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Republic of Estonia.
Inclination.
None of these people have any criminal inclinations.
Masculine.
Your voice is so deep and masculine.
Convenient.
Would it be convenient for you to come and visit me tomorrow?
Deprive. It would deprive her of all her rights, privileges, and income.
Splendor.
Mars is a planet of outsized splendor.
Hibernal.
Chop.
Chopping onions makes me cry.
Array.
The ocean attracts a vast array of summer visitors.
Bestseller.
The book made it to the New York Times bestseller list.
Unexampled.
The peasants were amazed at this unexampled generosity.
Chasm.
The next morning we found his body at the bottom of the chasm. Prejudge.
You've completely and entirely prejudged the Upper East Side.
Indivisible.
All humanity is one undivided and indivisible family.
Spendthrift.
Taxpayers are critical of spendthrift bureaucrats.
Clapper.
The earliest would have been simple handbells with a clapper inside to produce the sound.
Uncharacteristically.
The children had been uncharacteristically quiet.
Nimbly.
She climbed nimbly up the ladder.
Tangency.
Gargantuan.
Critics thought the Human Genome Project would be a gargantuan waste of money.
Anticipatory.
The town took anticipatory measures to prevent a flood.
Grimace.
Ginny grimaced at Harry and Neville from behind Slughorn's back.
Twitch.
A nerve was twitching in his temple.
Insanity.
Undiagnosed, syphilis can lead to blindness, insanity, and death.
Sonar.
Sonar is like eyes in total darkness.
Scenic.
From Kor, one of Europe's most scenic train journeys will carry me west.
Benefactor.
He was also a major benefactor, funding universities, libraries, and medical research.
Racehorse.
Oh, they use that on racehorses, for Christ's sakes.
Scoot.
In fact, she's waiting for us, so we should scoot.
Yeah.
Ineffective.
It was a time when medicine was cheap and very ineffective.
Intrude.
I don't mean to intrude, but I've lost my horse, and I need a place to stay for the night.
Consecutive.
He ran 5 consecutive red lights.
Amphitheater. Ignorant.
You know she's ignorant of Thomas's crimes.
Industrialize.
As the country industrializes, urban populations explode.
Strategic.
Sometimes hiding is a strategic necessity.
Synthesis.
Still, his book is an enjoyable synthesis of a large body of scholarship.
Anomalous.
Triton is huge, and its orbit is funny. It's anomalous.
Purity.
It was a symbol of virginity and purity.
Taint.
There's no need to taint yourself. Look at my folly.
Portion.
For Stan, $10,000 represents a significant portion of his income.
Conversant.
I've been appropriately conversant about you.
Furor.
As I understand it, his evidence could cause a mighty furore.
Stint.
Fact. I once did a stint as a dog walker.
Bide.
I can get to you whenever I want, Simpson, but I'm gonna bide my time.
Bellicose.
When we think of the barbarians, we think of hordes of bellicose warriors storming across the plains to attack Rome.
Responsibility.
As her mother, it is my responsibility to protect her.
Disapproval.
He expressed his disapproval of what they had done.
Indulge.
Indulging in food is a favorite pastime for many.
Unrequited.
This is what makes unrequited love so intense, long-lasting, and vicious.
Binary.
Algorithms are rules that are binary.
Allotment.
But we forwarded all your letters and the allotment checks.
Caretaker.
We would call him a caretaker because he's taking care of the building.
Insightful.
Your mother is brilliant, analytical, insightful.
Masterpiece.
Not all my sculptures are masterpieces.
Impair.
I think my emotions will impair my ability to do this mission well.
Repudiation.
The worldwide repudiation of slavery in the 19th century.
Daunt.
Her refusal, though unexpected, did not permanently daunt Claire.
Aviator.
In addition to producing presidents, Ohio has a history of creating aviators.
Auroral.
Some theorists thought this auroral heating could flow toward the equator to warm the planet's mid-latitudes.
Sect.
It's a very strict religious sect.
Recruit.
We start by recruiting members, said Hermione happily.
Clerkly.
Impinge.
They suggest beauty should not be defined by looks that end up impinging on health.
Religiosity.
In a time of increasing religiosity, but also increasing secularism, what are the fault lines, and what are the tensions, and what are the areas of conversation?
Colonist.
Water buffalo were introduced to these islands by Dutch colonists.
Amount.
He had already lost a large amount of money.
Donation.
I made a $5,000 donation last year.
Jaunt.
So what exactly you plan for your little jaunt up north?
Prudence.
I stand in awe of your prudence and sagacity.
Chasten.
Whom Mammy loved, she chastened.
Delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the delay.
Buoyant.
After casting his ballot in Manhattan, the Republican frontrunner sounded buoyant.
Transaction.
Plus, there's sometimes a fee for credit card transactions.
Lunar.
But this will be Project Apollo's final lunar landing.
Scoop.
I'm sorry, I had a tiny scoop of your ice cream.
Jar.
I took the cookie from the cookie jar. Hygiene.
One essential part of survival is personal hygiene.